I'm Justin Ashbrook.
Name's Jesse Hedrick.
Conyers Willis. A lot of people know me as Sean.
Patrick Hewer.
I'm Keith Karpinski.
Arteba Collins.
Hello, my name is Elijah Hunt.
Braden Staley.
Hi, my name is Justin Pilcher. I'm a recent graduate.
Graduate.
Just finished up at the Ohio Center for Broadcasting Colorado campus.
It happened by a walk-by going to a restaurant next door, and a guy that I worked with at Jiffy Lube told me about it.
It was actually just by television. I'd been wanting to come here for a long time. It's one of my passions, and I wanted to get to know more about it.
I found out about it from the radio, listening to one of the sports talk radio stations in Denver, and I wanted to just come check it out.
I was going to a four-year college, and I saw a commercial, and it's actually right by my house here in Denver, and it just made all the sense in the world.
I wanted to be in radio because of the music. If you're a music lover, you've got to know what's on the radio, and that's the bottom line.
The passion for radio. I love being behind the mic.
The curiosity of what the Ohio Center for Broadcasting was, like, what did it mean? What's in there? It's just like this hidden, it's just like the hidden city of Atlantis. That's what it was. I was like, well, I gotta go in there, I gotta figure that out.
Coming in, I knew that I was strictly sports. I don't care if it's behind the camera, doing play-by-play, doing the broadcast, the highlights.
I really wanted to do voiceover work initially, and I thought it would be a good idea to get training in more than just doing voiceover and doing my own editing. So I decided I've always liked video as well. Might as well go to school and learn it all.
One of the first things that was real big to me was just how friendly everyone was. As soon as you walked through the door.
I came and just got the quick tour, didn't think I was going to start, anytime soon, and absolutely was sold the second I walked in and got started. Now 10 months later, I'm out of here, and I'm way better prepared than I was 10 months ago.
Got me set up and started in like 2 weeks. It was pretty cool.
And if you want to be on the radio, this is the place to be.
This is what I wanted to do, and the opportunity seemed to be right there in front of me.
Wow, who do I talk to? Get me in. So I came.
Financial aid was fantastic.
I've never done financial aid. Anytime I've done any other schooling, it was actually tedious and kind of stressful.
I was unemployed, not able to get a job because of school.
Well, I absolutely needed financial aid.
They sat me down, they explained all the ins and outs of my loans and scholarships and what I would have to pay back after graduation. They made it very clear, very simple for me to understand.
Financial aid is definitely a huge blessing for those that need it.
Super easy. They make it really comfortable. They don't make it a big deal at all.
The school made it very easy for me to apply, and were very understanding about the situation.
They really helped me by getting me grants and also a lot of government funding for me to, move past and go through school and stay in school.
He knocked it out. He approved me, let me know, here's this, got me a grant, and presto. I mean, couldn't ask for anything better or faster.
I think my biggest fear was just the unknown. I knew that I could do this, but you still never know.
My fears before school was that I was not going to like it. I was afraid that I was going to spend a whole lot of money and not learn anything.
The fear of failure, if that make any sense, because I've been down this road before, and outside stuff kind of drew me back.
I was very concerned about getting all my internship hours in and working at the same time.
Probably the challenge is learning as much as I could about the software.
One of the biggest obstacles that I had actually was the fact that my previous job that I was working, I was a debt collector, so it kind of puts you in a shell. You just have to, you're in a shell, so you kind of have to out yourself again. You have to become friendly again and not only become friendly, but also let people in.
My daughter was born 3 months premature. heart surgery and lung surgery. They'll work with you as long as you keep it real with them.
One of the biggest obstacles I had to overcome here at school was tapping into, I guess, a creative resource, a side of myself that I've never really had to. In prior schooling and work experience, I've never really had to think outside the box or explore my creative side, I guess. So that's definitely been a challenge.
So I went in personally by myself and clicked every button, figured out every little possible side menu, everything you can do on Final Cut, instead of just doing the basic projects that you're asked to do, the edit, the basically cutting video and pasting video and putting audio in, the basic stuff. I did more of everything else.
And that was the awesome part about the school as well, is that I was just able to, everyone is so nice and friendly, there's no one you can't talk to, and so that was something that was real easy for me to do.
Pretty much everything is hands-on here at the school. It was a short enough program where things didn't get overwhelming.
I'm a hands-on type of person.
I loved all the hands-on equipment.
We didn't have to sit in a classroom. We actually got to go in a studio and create and learn as we created.
They got us in the studios. They got us using Cool Edit and Final Cut Pro to do our video editing.
Having your hands on a camera, having your hands on a board, running a board, producing a show on GoMileHigh.com, playing with the TriCaster. Just, if you don't do it, you're not going to learn it.
I feel comfortable getting a job at a TV station, handling a camera or producing or editing video. I feel comfortable doing that, and I learned a lot.
Having my hands on a camera and the software needed to edit.
They actually encourage you to come in on your time off and take full advantage of all the equipment.
If you want to get your hands dirty, come to the Ohio Center for Broadcasting.
I was Mike Rosen's intern at 850 KOA, and I screened calls and was assistant producer, and I got a job immediately after my internship with KOA as a board op. So, and it looked really great to have him as a reference.
I got the chance to work for an LLC company. What they had me doing was promotions, street teams, and social networking.
Country is my #1 music, and I've been listening to one of the DJs, Paul Donovan, and he's been my inspiration. Like, I've been listening to him since I was old enough to hit the button on the radio. And I used to call him all the time and be like, hey man, how do I do that? Let me in. Give me a secret. He's like, well, you gotta go to school.
The internships were fantastic. I learned a lot about what it takes, especially to make a radio station as a whole run, not just one little pocket, not just one little aspect of radio, but what it takes to make a radio station as an entire brand operate.
I interned with DJ Beds, the official DJ for the Denver Nuggets. Helped him out with some graphic design for his flyers, for some of his events he does. Also helped him with some of his music being imported to the internet so that people can download some of his CDs. And then I also interned with SNL Productions. It was a mobile phone production company.
KS175 was fantastic. They actually brought me on as a part of their street team. So going out, doing promotions, doing little events. I got to go to Summer Jam with them, which is their big annual event.
I met almost every one of the DJs. Paul Donovan, I went on a remote with him a couple times. He's a really cool guy. He's full of advice, full of everything that you need for this career. I met most of the other DJs. One of the DJs that actually works at the Ohio Center for Broadcasting, Michael Collins. He works Sundays there, so I sat in the studio with him a couple of times.
If you want to get a job in this industry, you have to have internships. I had 3, including GoMileHigh.com here on campus, talking about sports, but also had one at Sports Radio 104.3 The Fan, and also at Milk House Productions, which is actually where I'm currently employed.
Radio is my passion. That's where I want to be. So I wake up every morning and hit that on air and go to town. I don't think that they could have hired any better instructors to work here and teach the students what they know. I mean, they work in the field. It's everything they do is what they're giving to us. It's it's the real life that they're teaching us. So give me a dose of real life any day. I'll take it.
From day one, we're very open, very willing to help me. Anytime I needed assistance, they were right there by my side.
The instructors definitely know what they're teaching. They have a great way of communicating and make everything that they're teaching very easy to understand.
All the instructors are definitely interested in how you're doing, and they're willing to help you outside of just the classroom. I've had a lot of conversations with the instructors and emailed back and forth, had phone calls where they have been super helpful.
I did not have any instructor where I felt like I couldn't go to them about anything, and I mean anything. If I had a problem, if I didn't understand something, all the instructors were there to help, and you don't get that all the time. I mean, again, just having a little bit of a college background, you don't feel that with a lot of those instructors and professors.
Jim Hudson was probably my favorite instructor because he was able to sit down with me on my demo and help me create something that was industry standard.
So it was always very constructive criticism. You know, always positive, never downplaying my skills.
They were very hands-on, they helped out a lot, and I mean, there's a couple of them I'll definitely make sure I stay in contact with.
I interned with the two stations at Ohio Center for Broadcasting. Those were my main ones.
Mile High Underground and GoMileHigh.com.
Well, I did have a show called The Shoot, which was a rodeo show, and it was pretty fun, and I was impressed by the equipment in the studio itself.
I did a lot of my hours here at the school because of both radio stations, and I learned so much from those radio stations. The instructors, the PDs, they're all awesome. Everyone's here to help.
Mile High Underground was awesome.
MileHighUnderground.com was probably the awesomest thing that happened to me because I got the chance to sit in front of a microphone and actually talk about music events coming up, parties coming up. Got to talk about all the great bands we have on the Mile High Underground music station. And not only that, it gave me the chance to sit there and really realize what opportunities an internet radio station has.
I'm really encouraged by the fact that the school offers such a great job placement assistance.
Definitely helped me with my resume. My resume looks perfect at the moment. I absolutely love it. I can't believe how good it looks. And the demos I pull out, I've had 2 of them so far. I'm making 3 more. And just the advice that we've gotten on how to make that resume look perfect and how to put those demos out so that it shows the best qualities that you have.
Your internships are pretty much not a guarantee, but they're definitely a big option for getting a job.
I landed a job before my internship was over, so that tells you one thing, and then I am currently negotiating another job in a different state.
The student shouldn't rely on the job placement program because you should be hungry enough to be out there getting it yourself.
They do everything possible to provide you with leads, to provide you with contacts, and to even send out your resume and demo for you as well. The staff here and the employees have a great number of contacts themselves, and so even potential employers that you may not be able to get in contact with, they certainly might have those things that help you land a job.
Words of advice. There's so much to say.
Be on time. Be on time.
Knock out your internship hours. If you're coming here, don't come here to play games. Make sure that you're here to perform.
This is where you get your education.
I loved it.
You can't lollygag.
It's not easy. And you know, if you crack under pressure, then you're done. But at the same time, there's opportunities out there for everybody.
Stick it out. It's well worth it. It's a lot of hard work, but you're gonna have a lot of fun doing it.
My favorite part was the telecast, the newscast that we did. I absolutely loved that. I want to be an anchor, so to be able to just sit there and be in front of these lights and be in front of the camera and, you know, have your mic and read the teleprompter, there's nothing like it. It's just an adrenaline rush the whole time.
Now, I mean, it's still my dream would be sports, but I could do pretty much any of the range of jobs that people who go to this school, you know, are interested in doing.
Actually, I really just like sitting in the studios and playing with the computers and editing and seeing all the different things that the software programs can do.
If you only do the basic stuff, that's all the stuff you're going to learn.
Study, you work hard, be on time, sky's the limit. take it from me. I've been there. I've been on the down, and now I'm on the up.
As long as you are those things, like I just said, being on time, being reliable, knowing what you're talking about, knowing what you're doing, then they look at you as one of their own and a professional in the industry.
Go big or go home. Don't come to school and then think that this is just a joke. You know, these teachers are here and the other students are here to learn, so make sure that you take full advantage.
Whether you're not ready or you are ready, if you even have that slight thought in the back of your mind, if you even have heard of the Ohio Center for Broadcasting, come check it out. Come take a quick look. Come take a quick look around. We have great educational advisors that'll talk to you, that'll show you around, give you a little tour, and just see if it's something you want to do.
I would definitely come in and look at the facilities because I think they're pretty impressive. I would talk to a couple of the instructors who I'm sure will make themselves available.
It's awesome.
This is where I need to be, is here on time every day, you know, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I just push through it, you know, with the help of my mom and, you know, the people I come to school with.
I had an awesome time. Again, everybody's here is awesome. You guys are great. I'll miss you. I'll come back and say hi. But I'm on my way up, baby.
It flies. By the time you realize it, you're graduating, just like me.
I'm elated.
I'm out.
This is Congress Willis, and I'm out.